Well, today we're going to show you something that's kind of fun when you're doing a snow scene. You don't want just a simple, just plain snowy field without breaking up a little bit. You can see what I've done sort of behind me here, a little more extreme than just what I'm doing today because this is just a simple demo. I have done a soft blue-white background so my white will contrast and give me a pile of snow with a little bit of my raw sienna and my black sort of filling in the bottom, and then I have done some weeds out of yellow ochre, white titanium, and a little bit of my Mars black. Now I'm going to take part of my phthalo, a little strip of phthalo, and I've talked to you before about why we do a string of paint as opposed to just a puddle, so that as you mix your colors they don't intermingle and you have to go squeeze more out. I think that and my white are going to be, titanium white is going to be all I need. My Mars black, titanium white, phthalo blue. And we're going to make our shadows. Now this is what really makes a difference in a painting. We're doing it on our little Soho board that you've got that comes in your little kit. And I think I'm going to plan where I'm going to do it. I think today I'll have my sunlight coming from right to left. I'm just going to take a little bit of my phthalo blue with my little thin liner brush that you get in your set. Touch of my, very lightly, just a touch of my Mars black, a little bit more of my phthalo. And a nice blue, icy blue color is sort of what I shoot for. Touch a little bit of my titanium white to it and make me something that I think will be kind of vibrant. You're always thinking about adding color where you can. Now I'll show you a couple of different ways of doing this. I've got my weeds growing right here. Well, you don't have to count every weed and make every one look just like it's supposed to, because once you put enough of these in, nobody's going to be really counting. I'm just taking this, and as I go down, I'm just lightly streaking, doing little things off of it so that it looks like weeds. Take your finger, pull it, pull it, pull it, and then that thins it out just like it would if it were in real time. See what I'm doing? I'm taking a little bit of this color, and I'm coming in here and doing this. Maybe one curves around. Maybe some more come in here like this, little pieces. Maybe one long one back in here, and you kind of break it up with your brush. Very thin. Come in here again, pull it. And it'll soak in very quickly into this paper board, but that's okay. It's great to work with. Maybe I want to do one that's coming out, crossing over. Maybe that's one of those. Maybe come down just a little bit. And I'm putting a little stuff on these so they, although they don't exactly photogenically mix and match what's going on up top, you've got the essence of your shading and shadowing. And that's really all you want in a painting. Very impressionistic, but it looks pretty realistic once you do it. So all I'm doing is just taking this one shade, and I'll show you in a minute about adding a little more, pulling this across. Maybe this one's going to come out like this, and you're going to have it pulling across like that. Maybe a couple more over here. Sunlight's coming this way, but you've still got basically some bent over, so you want to show those, and then you've still got to go back in here and do these. And this little brush is just fantastic for getting these looks. And don't worry about if it kind of breaks up as you're dragging it across, because that's just snow. That's reflection on snow. And snow is really not a solid sheet of ice in most cases, so you're going to get that break that's going to come naturally as you have shadow passing over a little snow field. Pulling it with my finger just like that. This one's going to kind of come out like that, down, down. And I'm just kind of mimicking what I'm doing. Maybe I've got one coming out a little bit more. This allows you, this little brush just allows you to just have so much fun putting these shadows in. All right, now we've done that. Now, let's take a little bit of our Mars black and mixing it with our already deeper color. Keeping in mind, to keep it from looking completely flat, you've got to have lights and darks. So this shadow is going to be a little bit lighter because it's a little further back into this little patch of dirt, and what I'm going to put in now will be a little bit darker, and it'll mimic what's close up. And this gives you a little bit more of a realistic look. See how this is showing up darker? then the other. Just drag it along, and I think you'll be very pleased with what you end up with. A few more in here. And remember, your shadow is going to be a little darker close to what it's reflecting. So I'm just making a little bit darker close in. Pull a couple more of these across. Feather it out. Like that. Maybe curve one right there. And that gives you everything you need to make this little patch of grass look good. I'm Allen Montague. Join us again next time. Y'all take care here.